Good morning or good day, everybody. So, for those of you who are expecting to see Diablo, surprise, you're not. Hold on one more second. I gotta get a couple of other things started up. Okay. There we go. So, I spent all morning, so over 2 hours, well, probably closer to like exactly 2 hours, troubleshooting, getting OBS to see Diablo. The game would come up, and OBS would have a nice black screen. I spent forever trying to figure that out. Also, if I had to tab out of it for any reason, it wonked all my stuff. So, 2 hours was definitely enough time to be frustrated. Plus, we were getting close to stream time anyway. So I thought, what the heck, we're gonna stick with Variety Tuesdays, and we're gonna play some cozy solo Phasmo instead. So, oh, and I totally left a thing in the other room, so give me 1 minute. I will be right back. Make sure you've got all your drinks and your snacks and whatever else, and then we will get started. Okay, we are back. And I can see better. I honestly can see pretty well without my glasses, but my eyes start to hurt, so glasses is always better. Alright. So most of the time I play Phasmo with my family. I do play some by myself also. And I've been kind of pushing them into more difficulties, but they're still kind of hovering around, I don't know, wanting to be an intermediate. So I'm going to do a custom mode that I created to kind of force everybody else to, I don't know, want to get into a little bit more difficulty. So we're going to start with that kind of easy custom, and then actually I probably want to make my own. Would make way more sense. Nah, we'll keep the 2 firelight for now. Oop. Fix the incense. And the headgear. I don't need 4. Oh, right, because there's one default in the truck. Swear, I'm forgetting everything today. Probably don't need 3 photo cameras. Nope, and we definitely want one of you. That looks better. Are we gonna need more than 2 flashlights? I hope not. Hang on. Sorry, my chair was being super goofy. Alright, so we're gonna start on this sort of custom that's between intermediate and professional and do a couple on that, and then I will move up to doing some pro games. We're not gonna do any big maps. Don't try to convince me. I am not even sure that I want to do like Point Hope or Bleasdale solo today. Eventually, probably. And hopefully next Tuesday, I'm probably going to give up on trying to play the original Diablo. And maybe we'll... I don't know. I'll look for some other old games. Like I have Dungeon Siege, but if it's just as old, so that's probably an issue. But maybe Siege 2 or 3. I don't know. Or Diablo 2. I know they kind of re-released Diablo 2, so that one might work better. I don't know. We will see and find out. I do have a little bit of a brightness filter on for you all. It is just one setup in OBS, so it might just be too bright sometimes. I don't know. We will play with it and see how it goes. Oh, that sounds like rain. At least I hope that means it's rain. Because otherwise... Okay, so we have capture a photo of the ghost, detect the presence with a motion sensor, and cleanse the area with incense. Those are all pretty doable. Anything that's like escape a hunt, I don't know if I'm gonna worry about. I will make that determination when we get there. And you know what? Like I said, I usually play with other people, so I'm so used to just grabbing certain things. EMF meter, and let's organize my hands. So let's do EMF, thermometer, then photo camera. That seems more useful. Now put the lighters in between. Well, it's still more useful. The breaker does start off, and I forgot to look to see where the breaker was. It is not in here. Oh, but there is the bone. Alright, breaker is on. Okay, no Ouija board or summoning circle. And it's not getting particularly cold in here. Let's see. What about the dining room? No, it's even warmer in the dining room. No monkey paw. And there is the potato. We call him Spud. and we will definitely grab Spud. If I don't grab Spud, my kiddo will be mad at me for finding out that I played Phas on stream and didn't save Spud. There's also no Jerry, which is the voodoo doll. For anyone who's newer than me to the game, anyway, I've only been playing for a few months. You want to keep lights on because it preserves your sanity, but you don't want to keep too many lights on or you will blow the breaker. And when you're first starting out, or at least when I was first starting out, we would walk through and turn on all the lights, forget to turn them off, and then suddenly it's dark. Which, in a game where you're looking for ghosts and they're possibly gonna look for you, that can be pretty scary. Oh, and I think we found the ghost room. Yep, I see breath. It is 3 degrees, now down to 2 degrees. Put those there. Oh, and we found the tarot cards. Let's grab Spud. Get him out of here. I really think it's funny that the sprint lasts for like 5 or 6 steps. I find it terribly amusing. You know, if my sprint only lasted 5 or 6 steps, we would all be in trouble, right? Or your sprint, or you know what I mean. If you had to run and could only run like 5 or 6 steps, that would be an issue. Take a look at our activity monitor and our sanity. Sanity looks pretty good. And our EMF meter is going off. It's just at a 3. So it probably, oh, we probably threw that shoe. Let's get our dots projector going. I pushed it too many times. That's not great. Let's put it maybe here. That's better. What else do we need? Ghost writing, we need a UV. I will have to do spirit box here at some point, not too distant future. Photo motion sensor. Alright, so let's get these 2 things in there. Always check sanity level. Dots are beating up the fence. all of these doors are shut. That way, if it wanders and touches them, we'll, in theory, know. Let's be smart and drop the camera so that I have more hands. You can only carry a certain number of things, and it's 3 things plus a lighter and headgear if you choose to use headgear. I do like the tier 2 headgear with the built-in flashlight. Wow, we've got it doing stuff. Nope. But, well, that would have been a great photo opportunity. Oh, thank you for ghostwriting. Let me get that in place. And get that. I called it an interaction, so I can do that again. And now it's touching the doors. So let's see if we can find any pinky prints. I don't see any. Footprints are harder because if it steps through the salt, that tells you it's not a wraith. But the footprints tend to disappear pretty quickly. Okay, put this down again. We don't need it in our hand. And it is freezing, which is also another piece of check-offable evidence. Alright, so we have ghostwriting and we have freezing. I didn't see any UV with the fancy UV sticks. You can... It's harder to see like the light itself, but it's... Once it finds something, those light up pretty brightly, so it is also... I think they're kind of nice. That light that keeps going off on the computer screen here is the motion sensor, so that checked off one piece of our objectives. Let's see how many photos we have left. I called those 2 stars. Boo. Okay, we do have 3 photos left. We still need a photo of the ghost. And let's mark off our stuff. So we have ghostwriting and freezing. I don't think it's a demon. Demons can hunt you very early. It hasn't done that yet. It did do the shadow event while we were in the room, so it's probably not a shade. But I've been wrong before. We're not likely to see dots. Possible ghost orbs. Possible spirit box. EMF. We haven't gotten any UV yet, but I don't want to cross it out just in case. Like I said, it's probably not a demon, so UV is probably not something to worry about. So let's grab a spirit box and... What do I have in my hand? Oh, because I still have the UV in my hand. I'll let's ditch the UV and we'll do spirit box real fast. Helps if I turn on. Are you here? Are you
from
close?
behind?
Nope, that would definitely be a spirit box. Okay. So we are looking at a Morai. What do I want to grab? Incense and a photo of the ghost. I still have too many things in my hands, don't I? So I have 2 of those. Let's drop 1. We will try for a photo of the ghost, but since I missed it the first time that it did its little shadow event, or when it did its little shadow event, I should say, it might be hard to get it. Let's put these over here. We're just going to put all 3 of them together. I try to drop the bottle near it. The light, oh, and hissing at me. We already know we're not going to get UV. I don't know why I'm checking it. And it hissed at me again, but we're going to cleanse the area. Alright, I'm going to fix this thing up so I can turn it off. And, alright, so we just need a photo. Now, let's go check our sanity since it just hissed at me twice. Oh, and we're also going to adjust the game sounds, because that thunder was like super loud in my ears, so I assume that it's super loud in yours. So, let's fix that. Ooh, and it dropped my sanity like crazy. So, let's fix that. We'll give it a second to go back up. Just in case it decides to clap me instead of letting me get a photo. Make sure we have Morai checked off. Alright. That's better. I do have a smudge if I need more incense. If I need it. However, I don't really hold out a lot of hope that I can actually... I've not succeeded in incensing and escaping. It's usually incense and die. So, but we will try to get a photo. It is much easier to get a photo with a ghost that shows up in dots. Alright, I don't want to take any more photos because I only have 2 left, unless we decide to give up and just, you know, do salt photos or something. I think we'll give this ghost like another minute or 2 to try and show up. And then if not, we're just gonna get our salt photos and go. And it really likes touching that door. Oh, and I think it turned on the computer, or tried to anyway. That was not me clicking on it, I'll put it that way. And there, it touched a door again. Okay, well, we could end up sitting here for like 400 years for a ghost photo. And that's not very fun for you or for me. So we're gonna get these two. If I don't delete the other salt photos that I called 2 stars, which I'm not going to, we're not gonna get a perfect game either way. So we're just gonna call it good with a Morai.
Welcome back.
Oh, and there we go, we were right. Like I said, I'm using this sort of custom in between intermediate and pro difficulty right now. I want to do, I think, one more game at this difficulty, and then we'll change to pro. Just kind of to warm up. I like playing solo, which is the funny part. However, between hanging out with you all and having a day job, it is not always that easy to get in extra game time. So, where do we want to go now? You know what, I do have a spinning wheel, and I don't have the screen set up to show it, so I guess you'll have to take my word for it, but we can spin the wheel and see where it takes us. Oh, well, let me turn that audio off. I don't know if you all could hear it, but it was playing like club music in my ears. Alright, so it says Willow Street. In the future, I will get it set up beforehand so that the little spinny wheel can actually show up on screen. Because I do have a feeling that we're gonna do some Phasmo in between other stuff on Tuesdays, like...
Check the equipment and get set up before investigating. Whoever was here must have summoned the ghost with a cursed object. Investigate it, but be careful. We don't know what it's capable of.
I don't know why. I kind of like to hear what the guy has to say. Sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't. Okay. Detect a ghost presence with a motion sensor. Repel with incense while it's chasing, so that would be during a hunt. We're probably not going to worry about that one too hard. Because while it might be fun or funny for you all to watch me die endlessly, I would rather, get the money and move on and, enjoy the game. This is our... It sounds silly, because it's a, considered a scary game. However, I don't know, it's kind of a cozy comfort game, and then chatting with you all. And then, let's see, find evidence of the paranormal with an EMF reader. So, let's grab the things in the order we really want them in this time. And we are at Willow Street. The breaker is in the basement. And we're looking for Richard Lewis. This is a map I really kind of like. Like, this would be, if it was a little bit bigger, would be a house that I would probably be interested in. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. Not really enough space. as far as my family goes. No monkey paw. Let's get the breaker on. Oh, but we do have a summoning circle. For like the first month, I don't know, yeah, maybe like month or so, or at least a couple of weeks that we had started playing this map, we never got the summoning circle to the point that I finally looked it up as to where it was located and went, well, maybe we've walked over it and just never noticed it or something. I don't know how you wouldn't notice that, because it just didn't make any sense that we had played, like, I don't know, a few dozen games on this map and never had the summoning circle as our cursed object. Yep, this door is all the way open, or almost all the way open, so... And I haven't been fully looking for the bone while I've been walking around. I've just been kind of checking temps and then walking away, which is not as useful. On a larger map, trying to look for the bone later is difficult. Or can be difficult. I shouldn't say it's always difficult. Oh, and we already got summoning circle, but the voodoo doll Jerry would be in here. Now, I think we potentially have a hallway ghost. I'm gonna put that there. And we'll check in here too. Yeah, it's much warmer in the kitchen. And also in the garage. Okay, we'll do one more second check in the bathroom. Nope, there is the bone on the toilet. Poor ghost. Died just trying to have a pee. Alright, so we are not yet down to freezing, and it's also not doing anything else. Let's go grab some more stuff. Oh, and I still have the camera in my hand. I don't need it to stay in my hand, but... And we'll take a look at the important thing, the sanity monitor. The activity monitor isn't really as important necessarily for a solo player, but it is helpful. It is most definitely helpful. Oh, I already forgot what the objectives were. Motion sensor, repel with incense while chasing. Well, like I said, we're not going to worry about that one. But let's get this down. And now we're going to shut that door. Did I get it? No. Well, dang it. We are going to drop the video camera, right, the photo camera there. And keep going for more stuff. Do you get crucifix down. It's just showing a 4. Grab the video camera, turn it on, or turn it to blacklight. That way maybe we can see some orbs on our way in. Oh, it didn't like that door either. Well, that's all my deletes, so we're just gonna have to deal. That's pretty good coverage. So anything under 1 degree, so like the 0.02, is technically freezing. I personally kind of like to see the negative number hit, which it did. That's, yeah, my personal preference. You do you. Oh, I didn't put the crucifix down, did I? Nope, it is still in my hand. Okay, well, we're in here, so let's grab a UV so that we can throw it down. And put the UV down, put the crucifix down, drop the video camera, I'm gonna do that all stream, guys, sorry. The photo camera. That's probably good. It could spawn way back there by that little table or by the bedroom doors, out of range of it. Oh, and we have ghost writing. It's just an EMF 2. We already had freezing. And I still have the photo camera in my hand. Well, at least I, took other stuff out of my hands. Does it seem like the screen is just being kind of weird? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It's probably just me. Alright, let's mark off ghostwriting. And we're gonna look at the screen for a second. I'm not really seeing ghost orbs or anything like that. We're still at 75. It's not really doing anything right at the moment. Some of them will kind of seem to do stuff when you're not in there. Yeah, it does like playing with the lights. we're going to drop that down, though it did touch this door. Guess I should look on the other side of it too. Nope. No feet prints. Yep, where is the light switch? And I don't see any marks on the light switch either. Oh, it turned off the power. And I don't see any handprints on the power box. That's still only showing 3. Let me get it up in my hand so that you all can see it, and then of course it vanishes. So I am going to go with no UV. Pick up, there we go. Where are you? Are you near?
It's far and wide.
Okay. I don't know what the first one said, but the second one said far away. So let's go out to the van for a minute. I think we basically have everything down. Mark off our spirit box. And it's Amorai again. Okay, let's see. So we have the 2 objectives that we were definitely going to get. Or going to be able to get. How many photos do we still need? 1, 2, 3. Alright, well, we're going to do it this way. We should still be safe. So we're just going to throw down our 3 pits of salt, take 3 photos. We'll at least have a full. And didn't have the camera handy. That would have been a great ghost photo. Anyone else's heart, like, in their chest? Because mine is. Oh, okay, I know it lives in your chest. Up in your throat. That's a better statement. You know, I can words. I can make sense. Yep, and there is a crucifix burn. So we are going to need to pill up to get the rest of our photos. These ones do burn twice before then it can hunt you, or before they're ineffective, but I don't really want to take the chance of trying to speed get a piece of salt and a second burn photo. Oh, and that called it an interaction, so actually there we go. There are all the 3-star photos. We're not going to worry about the chasing. It would be nice if we could get a game with all of the easy to do objectives. I know that's asking a lot. It also would be nice to not have a third Morai in a row, right? Okay, make sure I have it marked off. I do.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
And it was a Morai. I like to look at all of this information. Sometimes it's useful. Sometimes, you know, I do wish, not that it makes a lot of difference at this point, when I was first starting out playing, I really wish that all of the detailed summary would show the, what room the ghost was in. Because sometimes in the beginning, you're just, that's half this, most of the struggle is figuring out where it is. Alright, so we're going to get off of that, and we're going to do some pro. I believe it still gives us all of our monitors. And I will do my little spin the wheel thing again. I will definitely set it up so that you all can see this next time. Ridge view. Okay. So let's pick our map. And we still have all the gear. I'll look at how money is doing. Okay.
We've arrived. Check the equipment and get set up
Yep,
before
and it's raining
investigating.
again.
The ghost here seems to be linked to a cursed object. Go and take a closer look. Maybe using it will help your investigation.
Have a member witness a ghost event. Average sanity below 25. And repel the ghost with incense while it's chasing. Let's see where the breaker is. It is in the basement. And I already forgot what half the objectives were. Witness a ghost event. Okay. Sanity and repel while chasing. Well. Let's see how it goes. Grab the car key. I didn't even put headgear on. Well, that's gonna make this a little interesting. It is raining. It's not quite cold enough. And because we forgot to put our headgear on, let's do this, and that, and that, and let's get the headgear on. Because that was dumb. There we go, now we have some light. Oh, and it definitely knows I'm in the building, but it hasn't drained a bunch of sanity yet. So we'll just drop all of these things by the door so that we can get our other equipment, or pick back up our other equipment, and continue to see if we can find this ghostie. We also still need the bone. Oh, there is the bone. And the hand bone there. Okay, so I would say it is not in this room. It's probably going to be in like the farthest back room of the upstairs or something. Just kind of checking these ones again. And 9 was what I was also getting in the basement. Oh. There is dirty water. And it called it dirty water, so it's been that way forever. In the hallway? No. You're not in there. Okay, so... And I just saw breath, so we're going with you are in here. I'll drop this there. And let's get our other things. Got an EMF of 3. Nope, nope, I want that behind the camera. Put you down. Let's check temps. Okay, so we probably have freezing, but it didn't really hit that negative. And like I said in the previous round, I do prefer to see that negative. It's a me thing. It has been officially said, as far as I understand anyway, that... Okay, I have full hands. That anything below 1, so 0.5, 0.1, 0 point, whatever, does count as freezing. But... there's like nothing to move in here. I don't know what you're moving. Let's put this like here. Where are you? Are you near?
I'm far from their home.
Far from the thing. Okay. for sure have Spirit Box. Make sure I still don't have stuff in my hands. Nope. Since I seem to be doing that a lot lately. I'm just leaving stuff in my hands. Alright. Event, sanity, chasing. Well, I don't know how that's gonna go. We do kind of have one of everything down. That was just a ghost orb that went floating through the screen. There's another one. And another. However, since we only have Spirit Box, it could be a mimic. Mimics are weird. Mimics have their certain bit of 3 evidence, which is down here. Spirit Box, Ultraviolet, and Freezing. But they also show ghost orbs. And they will always have ghost orbs, no matter what difficulty you're on. If there's like no evidence, all of that stuff, it will always have ghost orbs. So you can't count ghost orbs until something takes Mimic off the board, which is weird, but it is what it is. There are, in the harder difficulties where it only has a couple of things, there's only 2 evidence instead of 3 or 1, there are other ghosts that will always show you a specific piece of evidence, no matter what. I don't know what all of them are. I just know because I don't play at those difficulties, or at least haven't yet. I'm sure I will at some point. But I don't currently play at those difficulties. I haven't needed to learn all of those things. I just know that they exist. Okay. Do we have... Okay, nothing that can super clap us early. I'm going to turn on that faucet again. And it walked through the salt almost immediately. Turn the faucet off. Do not... Come on. Grab a camera. I don't see him anywhere. No, but he did throw the ghostwriting book. Now, I have been told that they can write in the book and then throw it. And we have freezing. However, I have never seen it. I am honestly of the assumption that probably throwing means no writing. And it touched a door. Did it touch this door? It did. I don't see any fingies though. I shut myself out of the room. I don't see any fingies on this side either. So let's put that back down. Let's talk about possibly trying to move this camera so that we can see a little bit better in the room. Well, that definitely means that we need to fill up. Let's do that. Alright, so it probably is a 60% sanity hunter. I don't have all of those memorized necessarily either. That's not a much better angle of the room. But maybe a little bit better. Okay, so let's go through what we have. We don't have any ghost writing, it threw the book instead. We do have freezing, and we do see orbs, which either makes it an Onryo or a mimic. However, we haven't found UV, I think, at this point because it shut a door or touched a door right in front of us and stepped in salt right in front of us. We would have gotten UV. Nope, too many buttons. Oh, it also, I guess, could be twins. What is the twins one? EMF 5, okay. But we said we had ghost orbs. So that takes the twins off. So I think it's an Onryo. If anyone in chat has a different opinion, just let me know. Tell me, give me some reasoning. Don't just tell me that it's... I don't mind a little bit of, gentle backseating or whatever, but just because you say it, I'm not necessarily gonna go along with it. So, I think it's an Onryo based on what we've got. We do still need one more picture. Everything else is 3 stars. So, do I have the other salt still in my hand? I do. Let's go throw this salt down. Get a light back on in here. We're just going to put it right here in the door. Now, let's pick up the incense. Oh, thanks for hissing at me, farting on me, breathing heavy on me. I don't know. I think it sounds a little bit more like heavy breathing than... I mean, maybe it's kind of a hiss. I always heard it initially told as like a hiss when I would watch other people. Now see there, now we have an EMF 5. However, that was during an event, so that's also not necessarily an indicator. If we turned on 5, okay, then it would have to be no orbs or no freezing. With that, well, that's nothing. If we take Spirit Box off, that would make it a Raiju, but we definitely got Spirit Box. So I am going with an Onryo. Make sure I have it circled before I close the truck.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
And it was an Onryo. Go us. And we didn't get 2 of the objectives, but we did get everything else. Invented twice. I only spent 2 minutes in the ghost room. Well, considering the ghost room was really tiny, it's not difficult to not spend any time in the ghost room. Let's look at the ghost stuff. Used 3 objects, moved 8. Must have been moving them in like the garage or something. Touched the door. Bunch of interactions, events. Cool. Alright. So we will spin our wheel again for Edgefield. So for those who want to know, the maps that are on the wheel that I use are just the houses. So it's these top 5 plus Camp Woodwind. So it's all the like smallest or small maps. It doesn't include the medium-sized maps or Sunny Restricted. With Sunny Restricted, I didn't put it on this wheel purely because sometimes you get a bigger space to work with and sometimes a smaller space. It's a crapshoot. I love that they offer that. I really wish they would offer something like that for the high school because the high school is just unmanageable. It's too big for anything, in my opinion. You are welcome to disagree with me, but in my opinion, yeah, all the halls look the same, which I know most high schools look that way. So did mine, with a few adjustments because we had like a whole wing for like visual arts and stuff like that, so some of it was different. But anyway, generally most high schools look that way. All the halls are the same, all the rooms are basically the same, all of that, but it's a really big map. So okay, and I've already forgotten what it told me. Edgefield. I am going to take a minute just to stretch and get out of the same position I've been sitting in for the last hour, which really, it's actually been a little bit longer than that due to the troubleshooting this morning. So I'm going to take a minute to stretch. Everybody, take a minute to stretch or get some water, get some snacks, etc. And I will be back in just a minute. Alright, thanks everybody for letting me take that stretch break. Alright, we are going to Edgefield.
Alright, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation. Whoever was here must have summoned the ghost with a cursed object. Investigate it.
2 hunt objectives, and then EMF reader. So have a member of the team escape the ghost during a hunt, repel with incense while it's chasing, and EMF. Now, if you're inclined to do the hunt chasing, we're just, I mean, we might decide to at some point, but no, we aren't worrying about those too hard today. Definitely, if I play Phas on stream again, at some point we will, be trying for perfect games, like, all the time. So, but those two you can do at the same time, because they're basically hunting objectives. Okay, I have all my things. Always grab a lighter. If you make it one of the first things you grab, you won't forget it. It doesn't take up any space, because it's considered its own, like, extra. And I remembered my flashlight. Headgear this time. It sounds like it's raining again. Nope, we did not look to see where the breaker was. It's in the garage. Right, no mirror. Grab the car key. No, I think tarot cards is on this table. I could be wrong. No music box. Alright, let's go get the breaker on. Oop, and I'm already seeing breath in here. So I am going to say, let's put these closer to the door. That it's in the garage. Yeah. It's definitely dropping in here. Okay. So we are going to do a quick bone and cursed object search. Right, this one opens in. And you've got the Ouija board. I didn't see a bone in the laundry room. I honestly hate looking for the bone down here, just because there's so many little aisleways. This basement isn't as bad, but some of them. Are just really difficult to find all the spots. There is no hiding down here. There might be in the other part of the basement, but okay. And this little line here almost always looks like a bone to me, but it is not. So let's see how we are looking. Not too bad. We will still have to go upstairs to look for stuff. But let's get the dots on the camera in there. Let's see, where's the best place? Let's put it there. And where do we want to put the dots? Let's put it on here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. we are still not at freezing. Okay, we are gonna go upstairs real fast. Guess I should have the camera handy. And if you all in chat see the bone, especially if I'm starting to like walk out of a room or something, yeah, oh, it moved the mannequin up here. I'm pretty sure the mannequin does not go in the kids' room. This would be a pretty packed room with a still crib-sized child, and then the bunk bed, although I kind of dig the bunk bed desk set. There it is. Alright. Nope, other direction. There we go. Alright, let's go look. Yeah, I think camera placement looks pretty good. I do really like that you can move the cameras once you get to, I think it starts at like the tier 2 tripods, you can move them. It's really handy. It saves from having to put like 14 cameras in there. So we're gonna watch the camera for just a minute and then bring in more stuff. Alright, and our EMF went off at some point. Yep, helps if my cursor isn't right in the way. We are at 78. So let's get a ghost writing. And a crucifix in there. Let's put it, let's see, where's the camera? And then let's get this down. Let me back up a little bit. Maybe move it like there. Let's see, now what do you say? We have freezing again. It's just a freezing temperatures kind of day, I guess. Speaking of things like freezing temperatures, on Sunday, I was mentioning, did I just hear this beeping? Yes, that is a 2 from over there. Well, it looks like it already wrote in the book. Okay, so we've already got ghost writing. Let's get outside so that we can grab some more stuff and mark it off. If we end up with our third Morai of the day and we've only played 4 games, this is the 4th game, right? I am gonna laugh. you, and some salt. Anyway, back to speaking of temperatures. On Sunday, I was talking about how it had been really warm, or at least warm for March. It started to be a good temperature for March, and then it got cold. We were getting snow overnight. Then we were in the 80s. Now we're back to kind of cold. It's predicting we're going to get snow again over the weekend. Now, where I live, the weather changes like crazy, and honestly, when I saw that it was saying snow Friday, Saturday, maybe rain Friday during the day, all of that, I figured by today it would be like, haha, nope, just kidding. Nope, it's still predicting rain, then snow, and then snow on Saturday. And yeah, it's just wild to me. No, of course it just went off. Alright. Where are you? Are you near?
Slips away.
Taken away.
You were taken away. Are you
Good
close?
killing.
Oh, I forgot to turn it off. Get the light back on though. Yeah. Hello, Ghosty. Are you done flashing all the lights on me? No, we're not done flashing all the lights? Well, since you just evented on me, I probably should go take some meds, because you do seem to drain my sanity really fast when you event. And what did we just say? Yeah, we have a Morai again. This is apparently the day of the Morai. Guess we should start a ticker as to how many times we get a Morai. So it did touch those. Let's see. Nope, not recent enough for it to count it. We're gonna close them. We're not gonna get any UV, so I can just drop that. So let's put some salt. How many photos do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna need another thing of salt, I think. One of the things that I find, I guess frustrating would be the right word, or maybe interesting about game is that if you get a ghost photo, like if you have, let's say, a ghost that does dots, and you get a photo in the dots, and then it manifests visibly like it just did, anything that is counted as a ghost photo, you can only get one of. It's not going to give you the other one. And I know that they're talking about making some changes to the game where you're collecting, instead of just collecting photos, you can also collect things, well, that missed. Things like sound and stuff like that. So we haven't had it, we haven't used it today, but there is a parabolic which picks up ghost noises. And so those will become recordable, which I think would be really nice. It also, if you're playing multiplayer, gives more people more things to do. Because there is a certain point when you're done carrying all the stuff in that it's like, alright, well, I guess somebody go sit in the van, watch sanity monitors or something, watch the camera, tell me if it does something. And you're just kind of stuck that way. So it would give more things to do because right now somebody just walks around with a photo camera, and later in the game or in the round, maybe multiple people walk around with photo cameras to, in case the main camera person is not in the room. I have more eyes circled, so we are gonna go. So that would be nice if they give us some more things, and it would also be nice if you could get, like, here's the physical ghost, and now here is the thoughts ghost photo, and they both count. We are going to be Morai experts by the end of stream today. Let's see, moved 1 object, 4 objects used, moved 6 doors. I'm guessing that it considers the lockers doors. 12 interactions. Oh, I should look at Diamond Ghost Room. Phrases recognized. 2. Okay. We're gonna spin our wheel again and see where it sends us. It is sending us to Edgefield again. I haven't been taking any of the options off of the wheel as we're going. Mostly just because. Also with only, I can't math in my head, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options on there, we're probably gonna go through them. And I should mention, I may end the stream a little bit early. Maybe. I was reminded this morning that I do have to run some errands for my day job at the end of the day today. And I'll probably do them at the end of the day just to, you know, go to one place and then the other and be done with it. But that cuts into my time for doing all the other things I have to do today. Plus, I do have some work for my day job to catch up on that I intended to be able to do this morning until, yeah, my troubleshooting issues took over that time. So, I might not. We might still go the full 3 hours. We're at about halfway through as it is. And, you know, we'll see. Also, I'm not... I don't know. We'll see. I was going to say I'm not positive I want to do 3 straight hours of Phas. However, I love this game and regularly stay up way too late playing with the family. So I don't think that that's a big risk. And plus, I want to spend as much time as I can hanging out with you all, because that's most of why we're here. Anyway, we are going back to Edgefield again, and this is, I believe, I tend to call them rounds, you can call them games, whatever, round number 5, I think. And so far we've had 3 more eyes, so what is this one gonna be? In fact, I don't even remember what the ghost was for the non-Morai game.
Alright,
Oh, it was an Onryo,
Take a look at the equipment
right?
and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
Yeah, it was an Onryo. Okay.
Whoever was here must have summoned the ghost with a cursed object. Investigate it, but be careful. We don't know what it's capable
This
of.
is just the day. I think we've had repel the ghost with incense while it's chasing someone almost every game. Anyway, repel the ghost while it's chasing someone, average sanity below 25, and cleanse the area with incense. Well, we're definitely doing one of those. Whether we do the others remains to be seen. And power is in the garage again. And we remembered our light this time. I always recommend making, if you like to play with the headgear, making that, and but even aside from the headgear, making whatever your igniter is, whether it's the matches or the little Bic lighter or the Zippo, making that part of your initial grab all the time. I think I said that last round too. Then you've got it, you don't have to think about it, it's there. Alright, we're gonna see if this starts going up or down. I'm gonna hazard, guess not in here. Oh, I didn't make a note of what the weather is like outside. It is raining. Oh, I never really looked back here. And that's kind of a nice patio spot. Alright, there are a bunch of doors already open, which means the ghost has definitely wandered around a little bit. On Pro, they rarely change rooms, and I've never played with a high change room setting on, because I kind of hate the idea that they change rooms. If it's your favorite room, it should just stay your favorite room. Okay, no music box. Don't see a bone. But we do have tarot, so we found one thing. Grab the car key. So the reason to grab the car key, for anyone who didn't know, is that if you have a garage ghost, I guess if you have other ones that tend to wander a little bit, they could do it also. But if you have a ghost that's main room is in the garage, they can set off the car alarm. Which will give you an interaction. Right. And the ghost is not in the basement. What about bone? No, since we're down here, let's just check again. Okay. No hiding there. We're not going to worry about looking in the lockers in the rest of the basement, because if there's no hiding in those front lockers, we're not making it there either way. Okay, so upstairs it is. Yep, and there's the bone. That would be a femur. I'm gonna guess that it's in here. And it is 1 degree, so that is probably... And we'll just double check that photo because it's picky. There we go. Nothing there. Alright. Oh. Be smart. Drop the photo camera. Check the all-important sanity. Alright, ghost writing dots. And video camera. It sort of feels silly to bring these in considering we keep getting more eyes, which don't use these things. Ooh. Right into the curtain. Where do I want to put this? You know what? Maybe outside the door. For a minute there, I thought it wasn't going to let me put the dots down. Alright, and put the book there. And we'll check the camera placement. That looks pretty good. Okay. So, UV. Let's grab you and you. Oh, it turned on the computer. No, and I don't have the thing in my hand. The photo camera. So let's get this down. I think that'll cover a good portion of the room. I'm just going to put that there for a focus on UV and photos. Check the door. You can get handprints on the windows. I haven't heard any window taps. Turn off my headlights so that I can see a little bit better. Check temperatures. Alright, not yet freezing. Okay. Let's go look at the rest of our stuff. What else do we need? Oh, we need to do a cleanse the area. Or at least that's one of the objectives that we definitely can do, so we will do that one. We've got pretty high activity right now while we're not in the room. So that could mean it's a shade. It could mean... Alright, so we need one of you. Oh, because I still... Full hands. Where's our sanity at? Now, we're gonna take one anyway. And let's get this stuff. I'm gonna drop the UV there. It turned on the shower somewhere. Where is it? Ah! A 1-star interaction photo. Well, maybe we got a ghost that decided to change rooms. I honestly kind of hope not. But maybe we did. No, it's still got breath in here. Oh, it's moved out to the hallway. Right? No, not the bathroom. Okay. I still hear that sink or shower, but I can't find it. Oh, we have an EMF 5. Basically right here. Oh, we want to open it. There we go. Okay, and it just turned off the power. This is not where the power is. And you see how seamlessly I made that turn and everything? It would have been nice if the power had been right there. Oh, and we're gonna need to take some more meds. Right, so we need to turn this camera. That's probably a pretty good angle. So it's not a djinn because it turned off the power. It changed rooms, or we already had the wrong room. That is also possible. But on the idea that it changed rooms, it's not a banshee. There's one other one that also can't change rooms that I've forgotten. So we'll get a spirit box in there. We'll get more salt in there. How many hands do I have? Alright, that is full hands. We still need to do the cleanse. We do have an incense up there. Did I get it that time? No. Ugh. And we have a crawling ghost. Not gonna lie. I was not thrilled with that. That one didn't count either. Whew. Okay. Well, thank you for at least stepping in my salt. Now you stepped in all the salt. Good. At least. And down I go. Alright, what do I think it is? Real fast. I don't know. We're gonna go a revenant. I feel like we didn't get anything. So, we'll be wrong.
Welcome back.
It was the twins. Well. That's the way it goes. Whew, okay. That one did event all over me like a bunch of times. I feel like I'm still tense from it. Yeah, we lost 93% sanity. No wonder it hunted me. We never even got around to doing Spirit Box. Time in favorite room. Favorite room changes 1, so we were correct. It did definitely change rooms. Like I said, I don't normally play where it changes rooms, so that was kind of neat. Well, maybe neat isn't the right word. That was different. That was for sure different. Alright, so we still do have a little bit over an hour if I go the full time. I think I'm planning on just going the full time. I'd rather hang out with you for the full 3 hours than do boring day job things. As much as I like my day job, I would much rather hang out with you all. So, with that in mind, I am going to take a quick break just to refill my water and such, and untense myself a little bit from that last one, and then we will be back. So I will be back in like a minute or two. I don't plan to take a very long break, but just, yeah, like a minute or two, and so yeah, refill your water, do some stretching, yeah, all the things. I will be back in a minute. Okay, and I am back. Right, shall we see where the wheel takes us this time? And it's looking like... Alright, it's saying Edgefield again. We're gonna spin another time because we've gone to Edgefield twice in a row now. Let's go somewhere else. I probably should have stuck with Edgefield. It chose Woodwind. Alright. Minimize the wheel so that I can actually see you all in chat. So we are going to Camp Woodwind.
Alright, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
It really wants me to do this
Whoever was
repel the
here
ghost
must
while
have
it's
summoned
with
the ghost
incense
with a
while it's
cursed
chasing, doesn't it?
Investigate it, but be careful.
Right, so we have
Don't know
motion
what it's
sensor,
capable of.
sanity below 25, and repel the ghost with incense. For those in the know, and it's raining. Okay. I do have the ranger badge, which means that I've played and survived and got the ghost right on the campground maps 50 times. As a family, we kind of ground it at one point and did it over the course of, like, I don't know, a couple of weeks. So I know this map fairly well, but it is not really my favorite map. I guess I prefer this map over the other campground, but that's really about it. And the generator on this map is always in the same place, so at least there's that. No bones in the showers. Stall doors were cracked open. However, that's not always an indicator when the ghost can either change rooms or just roams around a lot more. It just means that they wandered over there and played with all the doors. Okay, it is warmer out here than it was in there. Now it's colder out here. I think it's wandering back and forth between these rooms. That's what I think. But I don't know that yet. I'll have to keep doing a little bit more checking. So it's not the summoning circle or the Ouija board. And you can light the campfire. I generally don't, because it does mess with the temperature around there, and that is considered a room. So, since I mainly like to use the thermometer to find the room. Alright, we don't have music box. I haven't been paying attention for bones either. I've just been chattering away, looking at temperatures and not paying attention to anything else. Oh, yeah. And if you guys see a bone, let me know. Nope, we have the monkey paw. Oh, hello. Okay, so I'm still guessing that he's like over here somewhere. Don't turn the lights off on me. And you did touch that door. We got an EMF of 4. Okay, I'm going to keep the camera on me because we do still have to find the bone. Oh, and it's right here, like the third place we looked for temperatures. Alright, well now I can get the camera out of my hands so that we can grab more stuff. Oof. And I want to make sure. Alright, so the ghost is fully visible in our picture, which I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe that means it's not a phantom. My sanity is pretty low, so we're just going to go ahead and take some meds, get a book, get a dots, get a video camera. Let's do that to see if there's anything we can see since it is the bathroom. This camera is right above the bathroom, so it is possible to maybe see something. It'll help if you hit the right button. I really have been just like miskeying all sorts of stuff today. Let me face you down. Okay, we'll just go somewhere. Thank you. What else do I have on my hands? Right. And there is poopy water. You know, there are toilets right over there. And it did just call it dirty water. Stop turning off the lights on me. I'm busy. Okay, this ghosty is touching a whole bunch of stuff, so we definitely want to look at UV. Let's look at our camera placement. I do see a ghost orb, but again, we don't have anything else, so could be a mimic. Hopefully it's not a mimic, but it could be. And our sanity did look pretty good. You just don't like it when I shut that door. Oh, and it ghost wrote. I'm gonna look at this door real fast first, though. Right, so it is not a djinn, because it just turned off the power. Let's see what it counted the photo as. It counted it as ghostwriting, so it would have been for there for a minute. Okay, so you are not a djinn, because you're being a jerk and constantly turning off the lights or the power on me. We have freezing temperatures, so we have freezing and ghostwriting. Come on, step in my salt. Do you prefer me being out of the room? I mean, you've been turning off lights right on top of me, like, this whole time, so I don't know why you would suddenly want me to not be in the room. But, you know, I'm also not you, so... Well, that was just an event, because it didn't close the gate. However, we're gonna get out of there and check our stuff anyway. Alright, so our sanity is looking pretty good. I do not like where this thing is placed. I think we need to fix that. Oh, we still need to put down a motion sensor. Yeah, just because we're not focusing on doing all of the objectives doesn't mean that we shouldn't at least do the ones we want to do. Okay, still no pizzas or pinkies. And the motion sensor is going nuts because I'm standing right in it. Let's see if it'll accept that door. Oh, we filled our book with disturbed salt, so it didn't make any difference anyway. Okay, so what do we have? Ghostwriting and freezing. I don't think it's a demon, because even though that second event, I basically ran out of the room as if it was going to chase me anyway, it hasn't hunted yet, and initially we were pretty low. I mean, we didn't start the game low, but after that first event with where we got the ghost photo, we were pretty low. Oh, I keep forgetting to change this camera angle. Oh, we said that we had ghost orbs, didn't we? Which would make it a revenant. Because with ghostwriting, mimic goes away. Right? We had orbs? I'm pretty sure. We'll do a spirit box, and we will actually remember to move that stupid video camera so that we can watch it from the van. So let's move this first. Where are you? Are you near? Are you close? Are you friendly? Are you far? Where are you? Who are you? Are you friendly? Are you far? I would go with nope on Spirit Box. Okay, so we're just gonna watch the camera for like a minute, hopefully not a minute, because I know this is not the most exciting thing to stare at, and look for orbs, because I thought we had seen orbs early on, and then of course now I'm not seeing them. Of course it also could have changed rooms, because ghosts are mean like that. And if we don't see anything in like a minute, we'll go check some temperatures again, see if it moved out into the hallway or the walkway in between the bathrooms and the tents. Okay, well, I don't see orbs. So let's turn the camera. See if we get anything this way. That in the background could be an orb, and it could have changed into the Lover's Lane area. Or it could be a firefly. Alright, I think we're gonna have to go check some stuff again. Nope, let's check our sanity first. We're at 82, so we should be okay. Yep, it has definitely changed rooms. It is out here. So let's get the EMF out here. I'll just grab this one to confirm that it changed rooms. It's still cold in here too, though. It is like right on my butt. And the door was open, so it didn't technically hunt me, but it might as well have. It was right on my butt the whole time. And yeah, it was up to an 8. So I kind of think that that's ghost orbs. I think we're gonna go with that and call it a revenant and find out if we are right or not. Nope, that's not the button. And we have a full book of pictures. We got the cursed object, we got the bone. We even got a photo of the ghost. So I'm gonna go with Revenant. Do we want to look at orbs again one more quick time? I think that's an orb that just went behind the bush. I think we are definitely looking at orbs. Okay. No one's yelling at me in chat, so I'm gonna go with Revenant. And let's find out.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
You were right. Awesome. Because that one I wasn't super positive on. But I also didn't think that we had anything else that it really could be an option. So, cool. It didn't actually try to hunt us. It just tried to scare the crap out of us a bunch of times. And, it definitely succeeded. It definitely scared the crap out of me. I figured it was gonna clap me at some point. Alright. So, where to next? I think we'll spin the wheel, but if it gives me... I don't know. We'll just see what the wheel says. So we are spinning the wheel now. Well, the wheel has a thing for Edgefield because it says Edgefield again. Should we... I need to rename this wheel too. It just says example wheel. So it says Edgefield. Again, it really, really likes Edgefield. So we're going to try spinning it one more time. And we'll see. Oh, Tanglewood. Let's do Tanglewood. Okay. So we'll go to Tanglewood. Where haven't we gone? Maybe our last game will be wherever the wheel hasn't sent us. So far it has not sent us to Grafton. And it hasn't sent us to Willow. We did Willow on our own. Right? I think so. Now I'm not sure. Anyway, we are going to Tanglewood. Since I did die and I didn't check earlier, I do want to kind of look at the money sitch. Okay, it's not that bad. Alright, here we go to Tanglewood.
We've arrived. Check the equipment and get set up before investigating.
Alright, what do we have?
I've got nothing else to report, unfortunately.
Cleanse the area with incense. Repel with incense while it's chasing. And motion sensor. We've had this repel, I think, every single game. I mean, it knows we're not going to do it. We never do. I don't know why it keeps telling us to. And we've also had rain. Basically every game. No. I mean, there are worse things. Oh, I didn't look to see where the breaker was. So, I guess we hope for the garage. breaker is on. So let's start looking around. No Jerry. And checking for temps. I don't see any bones. Do you see any bones? Potentially a garage ghost. I'm going to leave the light on. It is warmer in here than in here. So we're going to drop that there. But I do want to just double check unless it's lying to us. Or in case it's lying to us, I guess. Here is the monkey paw. Oh, we never grabbed the car key. Because it did indeed turn on the car. Nope, and it had been on too long. It didn't like that one. Well, okay, we basically know what's in here. So let's look. No tarot cards. I don't see any bones. Nope, I'm glad I decided to go ahead and check here because I wasn't going to. Alright, we have the bone. Now we just need the object. It's not the mirror. It's not the music box. So unless I've missed something, and there's no hiding in there. Is there hiding in here? Yes. Okay. So summoning circle is always there. Ouija board is always there. Oh, we've already found it. We found the monkey paw. Good grief. Already forgotten what I'm doing. Okay, so we need to do a motion sensor and a cleanse, and I kept my camera in my hands because, well, we were looking for stuff, so I guess it's not that silly that I kept the camera in my hand. We were still looking for the bone and whatnot, which we have now found, and we have found the monkey paw. Oh, thanks for the red room. That's just weird and creepy. I don't know why you want to make a room red, but you do you, ghost. Right, still not freezing, but it's also still in here. Rude. Just slamming the door on me. I have an EMF at 4. But not 5 yet. Alright, let's go get more stuff. Let's get this light back on. Ghost being rude and turning off the lights on me and stuff. Okay. Motion sensor. Let's get a crucifix down. Let's get a ghost writing book. Let's do those. Oh, let's check camera placement. And we also might be able to see something good with the camera. I think we might end up putting 2 cameras down in this room. I don't know. I mean, we can move the camera, so we don't need 2 cameras. Alright, we're gonna go put this stuff down. Then I will probably need to take meds. Kinda wanna try and get the whole room. Alright, that time it accepted it. Is that an EMF of 5? It is! We have an EMF 5. And I think it just walked through the dots. Come on, you want to walk through the dots again? Walk through the dots. For me, please. Nope, we are ghostwriting. I was gonna say, wait a minute. Was it giving me the temperature of that room? I think it was. Okay, well, we still don't have freezing. Alright, well, I thought it walked through the dots. I was, of course, not looking in the right direction. But let's look at the camera for a minute. And it set off the motion sensor. And let's go through what we do have. Right, so we have ghostwriting, and we have EMF 5. So it's a spirit, a myling, or a shade. And we need 2, 4, 5. Okay, it did count both pictures of the ghostwriting. We counted them kind of in reverse. I guess I should always try to take 2 pictures. I've been doing it generally where if the first picture I take says ghostwriting, I don't take a second picture because I assume it's not going to give me an interaction picture. So I guess I should just always take 2. Okay, what else do we need? We need to do a cleanse the area. What's in my hands? Okay, so I only have 2 hands. So let's get this stuff down. And we said we would probably need to take meds, so let's do that. Get us back up to 100. Or at least pretty close. Is Pro 30? I think it's 30. Yeah, it's 30. Okay. And we still have breath in here. Come on, walk through my salt. And walk through the dots. You know you wanna. Would be really nice. Because I think you're a Dotsy ghost, and I'd really like to get a Dots photo and not have to work at it. Come on, you know you wanna. No, we're not gonna do any dotsing. Or walking through salting, or any of the things. Okay, fine, I'll just go get Spud. Oh. Come on, Spud. We'll put you nice and safe in the van. Watch, now it'll walk through the dots. Alright, well, I'm not gonna sit here and stare at the screen all day. We'll at least get the cleanse the area done. I still have the UV in my hand. Let's go see. Oh, flip sanity again. Maybe 2 here. Good. Yep, and it did step through our salt, but I do not see any fingies or footsies. They would be footsies. If we got fingies, let's see. So we still need 2 more pictures. But let's get this done. Oh, really? Are you gonna show yourself? I hear heartbeat beats like you can see me. We got it. 3-star ghost photo. It was not in the dots, but that's okay. We got a ghost photo anyway. I know it wasn't one of the objectives, but we got it. I do, whenever I can, like to try and get a ghost photo, mostly because it's good practice. Okay, so I know he manifested back there. But look anyway. I'm gonna go with no UV. And have we spirit boxed? I can't remember. Nope, there's still a spirit box in here, so we definitely have not. Right, we'll look for dots again for a minute. Well, I don't see any dots. I haven't seen orbs either. Yep. And we keep doing this. We walk out and forget to look at sanity, and then we go look. 86. Alright. So we can spirit box. And then let's see if we can figure out what we've got. The light is already off in here. Where are you? Are you close? Are you near? Are you far? Where are you? Where are you? Are you close? Are you near? Are you far? Are you friendly? We have EMF 5. Where are you? Where are you? I'm going with no. But that is definitely an EMF 5. Alright. Let's go figure out what we have. So we have EMF 5. We already had EMF 5 marked down. No spirit box for sure, so it's not a spirit. We so far haven't gotten freezing temps, but I will check them again. We haven't seen any UV. Dots wouldn't be anything. Ghost orbs also wouldn't be anything. No spirit box. So we need to look for UV or freezing temps. It did vent near me, so I'm not convinced it's a shade. But we also haven't gotten any ultraviolet. So I'm not going to look at that again. Dots is not even an option. So I must have seen, like, the breath or something. And we still need one more photo, so we will grab more salt. Oh, and this is in my hand. Alright. Check our sanity. We are at 80. We'll call it 81. Because it was 81, then it bounced up to 84, so we'll call it 81. I say still no freezing. I don't know why I'm checking all over the room. So I'm gonna go with no freezing. Let's see, can we see where it touched the door? Was it this door that it touched? My UV is on, right? Yes. Oh, we do have a handprint. Finally. And it better be a 3-star handprint pick. It is. Alright. So we got it. We got our third thing that we needed to confirm what it is. So we have a myling. We've done 2 out of the 3 objectives. We're not gonna sit around and do the chase. I'm now at 75%. We would be sitting around for a while in the dark to get down low enough, and that would be probably kind of boring for you all. It would be a little bit boring for me. And yeah, then that would make this the last game. And I think it would be more fun to be able to play one more. So that's what we're gonna do. Alright, and we were correct. It was a myling. Now, we must have gotten... Oh. Well, we got $70 for photos. That's probably what made it the over 1,000. And it moved doors. It obviously didn't recognize any phrases because Spirit Box didn't do anything, and it didn't give us Spirit Box anyway. Okay, so this is probably the last game for the day. So let's go to the place that we haven't been to yet, that the wheel keeps refusing to give us, and let's do a Grafton.
We've arrived. Check the equipment and get set up before investigating. Whoever was here must have summoned the ghost with a cursed
Oh, and it finally gave us mostly doable objectives. Have a member witness a ghost event, detect presence with a motion sensor, and get an EMF reading. Now, it doesn't matter whether it's an EMF 5 or an EMF 1, the objective is complete as long as your EMF goes off. The ghost event thing is difficult. If you watch anyone else stream Phasmo, especially like official content creators for the game and things like that, they have all, at least most of them that I know of anyway, have commented that the ghost event thing should change. Because sometimes you have a ghost that just refuses, flat out refuses to event. Okay, it's in the back utility room in the master bathroom, which I always think is a really weird spot. And we have sunrise. So the upside to sunrise is obviously better visibility. You guys can see the game better, I can see the game better. And the downside is to get freezing temperatures takes longer. I don't see any doors already open. Oh, except for this one. Doors already open. I've probably already said this, but having a door already open when you're in, like, amateur, possibly even also intermediate, can give you an indication as to where the ghost is. At the more difficult levels, even at that custom that I was playing in the beginning, that is only that sort of in between professional and intermediate, it doesn't really mean a whole lot. It just means that the ghost wandered over there at some point. In my experience, it is often, you know, the door will often be open to, like, the utility room. Nope, we've got a ringing phone somewhere. Alright, this one opens out. I'm gonna go with potentially this room. Like I said, with the sunrise, getting freezing temps. There we go. Is not always, takes a while. It's not always that simple. Oh. It does look like a comfy rocking chair ghost. I will agree with you on that one. Alright, and tarot cards is usually over here, I believe. I honestly don't play this map a lot. There's the music box. And I only started playing this map more, which still isn't a lot, after they did the Bleasdale rework, which I really like the Bleasdale map. It looks like a proper Victorian farmhouse to me. And without giving myself away too much, I have spent time, I have family that lives in small and medium sized farming cities, and all of the older houses, in varying sizes obviously, look like Bleasdale does. But none. I have not seen a single one that looks like a log cabin. Now, do they exist? I'm sure they do. I just have never seen one. So to me, when they redid Bleasdale, it was like, this is what, it's a Victorian style farmhouse. To me, that's what they look like. And like I said, I am sure that there are farmhouses somewhere that look like this, but I've never seen one. Alright, we are still looking for the bone, right? I haven't just totally forgotten what I'm doing? Okay. Are you over here somewhere? Okay, with that ringing phone, I'm gonna guess it's... And the ringing phone, let's see if it'll accept it. No. Poop. Okay. Bone, 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 bone-diddy bone. Where are you, Mr. Bone? Or Miss Bone? Or you could be a baby bone. Or a whatever. Anyway, thanks for the jawbone. Get some of these lights off. We don't need every light in the house to be on. Alright, we are getting down there. So let's drop stuff and let's finally go get more things and check our sanity, because who knows? Unfortunately, it being sunrise, to my knowledge, I could be wrong, no, we're not too bad, to my knowledge, does not have a positive effect on sanity. So just because everything is warmer and brighter, it doesn't help your sanity, unfortunately. Oh, I never looked at this calendar before. It says 1968. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, I have nothing else in my pockets. You know, gotta remember those things. Alright, spirit box, crucifix, and emotion sensor. It also has not triggered the EMF reader. Maybe the EMF reader needs to be farther in the room. It is not very far in the room. It's right near the door to the room, so... Fan freaked me out for a second. Where are you? Are you near? Are you close? Are you far? Where are you? Are you friendly? Are you near? Are you close? Are you far? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I would go with it's nowhere. Oh, we finally got an EMF though. What kind of an EMF do we have? Couple of 2s. Oh, it turned on the fan. Nope, but I took too long. Well, we're gonna turn you off though. Maybe the ghosty will be nice and turn the fan back on. Nope, and you wrote in the book. And see, that time, it didn't take the second one. So, I don't know. We still have breath in here. We're not getting freezing. Okay. What else? What else? What else? What else? As I walk right into the fence. What else? Oof. Had a sudden coughing fit there. Muted myself just in time. Okay. So, I don't see any ghost orbs. And I don't see any dots. I'm so mad that we're out of our deletes and it didn't like that one. Ghost event is the only objective we don't have. We're still at 81%. Now let me organize my hands. Alright, lighter, salt, UV, camera. So for anyone unfamiliar, the reason to organize your hands or what's in your hands is pretty simple. It means that, yeah, if I get feet with UV, I can switch the camera right away. I'm gonna go with no freezing, but I don't want to mark it off just yet. Now let's close these doors. And that is the reason I don't want to mark it off just yet, is because, like we said, we have sunrise, so it takes a while for freezing to get down. Oh, it walked through our salt and we totally missed it. Alright, we only need one more photo. I don't see any footprints. However, since I didn't get to it like right away, I didn't hear any window touches, but we'll look real quick anyway. And this door does go to the outside. Unlike the other farm map, the backyard area is not a ghost room, it's not a playable area. Alright, well, we have ghost writing. And no spirit box. I am thinking this time it actually might be a shade. What do we need for a shade? I could just look this way. Freezing temps and EMF, which I also don't feel like I have. But it seems to be doing nothing. Just nothing at all. Nope, it's walking through the motion sensor though. What do we think? I'm not really sure what else to try. I mean, sure, we could do parabolic and listen for ghost sounds, but we don't need it as an objective, and it's not really going to give us more evidence unless we get like a banshee scream or something. But with what we do have, it's not a banshee. Alright, well, we still need one more photo. So I guess I might as well get that one more photo. Well, we got the event objective. It's just an EMF 4. Here, let me pick this up so that you can actually see it better. Still no handprints. Has not touched any of these doors since I shut them. Where are you? Are you near? Are you close? Are you far? Are you friendly? Where are you? 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 Okay, well, we need something. Would we say that it evented when we were in the room or when we were out of the room? Because we were like right on the doorway. Nope, it turned on a lamp. It did not go straight up to 5, which is not always a perfect indicator, but it's an indicator nonetheless. There's this little sort of notch there, and then up, and then up, and then down. So nothing like straight up to 5 and straight down to 0, or from 1 straight up to 6, straight down to 1 again. But it did turn on the light. I don't think it's a demon. Anything that won't turn on lights has already been crossed out. And that says 4 again. What's our sanity look like? 69. We can probably risk going in there real quick. Still no freezing. I feel like at this point it would have given us freezing. I don't know, my gut kind of says shade, but I feel like we also don't have all of this stuff. If we go with no freezing temperatures, it's a Myling or a Thay. If we go with no EMF, it's a Thay. What do we need for Thay? Dots. Which it's refusing to give us. Maybe if we rotate there so we can see more of the screen. I guess we're going to watch the screen for a minute. See if we can confirm something. And it keeps walking through the motion sensor. I kind of feel like at this point we should have seen dots when it walks through the motion sensor. But we haven't. So there's definitely no ghost orbs. Wow, that takes like everything off the table. We definitely don't have spirit box. We're going to put those two back on. I'm back leaning towards a shade. If we take off UV, we get a shade. What do we think? Do we think it's a shade or do we think it's a Myling? Which at least would be another Moroi. Yeah, but just through something, I think. Oh, well, according to the monitor, which for some reason is not being a fully solid line for you all. There we go. Or a solid enough line. We do have straight up to 5 and straight down. Let me see if I can get where it'll show better. Because it's just showing kind of strange. There we go. So I'm going to call that yes to an EMF 5. That doesn't really fully help in the sense that we still either need freezing or UV. It's also been doing a lot more stuff since we're out here. So I think we are going with shade. If we are right, we unfortunately don't get a perfect game because of this stupid photo. But otherwise we did. So I'm going with shade. Let me make sure I have it circled. And I guess we will find out whether I'm right or wrong.
Welcome back.
Oh, and it was a spirit. Well, we were totally wrong. So, we didn't get very much for that one. We basically got the, well, you played prize. I do want to read the stuff on Spirit. So EMF 5, Spirit Box. We didn't get Spirit Box. That was the big thing. We never got Spirit Box. And ghostwriting. Okay. Well. Oh well. It is what it is. So we got it wrong twice, but one of those times we died and we didn't know what anything was because we hadn't really gotten a whole lot of evidence at that point. So, oh well. Otherwise, besides seeing a Moroi like 3 times, or a Moroi, I don't know. I call it a Moroi. I am probably mispronouncing most of the ghost names because a lot of them are not English, and I don't know, or not American English, I guess I should say most accurately, and I don't know all of the pronunciations. So, but anyway, we did, what was that, like 8 games? I had a lot of fun. Like I said, this is easily one of my favorite games, this and Minecraft, so if all else fails, on Tuesdays we can do some Phasmo, but I would like to get into more doing variety stuff, some more adventure games, so we're gonna hopefully find a game that will actually behave itself and let us play on stream for next Tuesday. However, before that, you will see me on Sunday back to Minecraft. I don't know what we're gonna do yet. I haven't decided. Maybe we'll just have a really chatty stream and gather a ton of wood or something. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. It would be nice to actually get a creaking heart, so that might be an option. Anyway, you'll have to tune in on Sunday to see what adventures or mishaps or trouble we get into on Minecraft. And that would be at 10:30 Mountain Time US, which would be 12:30 Eastern US time. For anyone on the other side of the pond, I can't do those translations, but Twitch does them for you. My schedule is on there. Please follow. Please go over to YouTube and like, subscribe, comment on videos over there. This video will be up on YouTube later today, so if you missed anything, you can absolutely rewatch all of it. And everyone have a great day. Drink some water, eat some good food, and have a really good, and yeah, have a great rest of your day.